September 12th, I had the distinct privilege of being a keynote speaker at one of the many Tea Party rallies that took place around the country. When I returned home later that evening, I was shocked to learn that many networks reported that the protesters that attended these rallies were racist simply because they disagreed with President Obama's policies. Over the years, I've heard many definitions of racism, but this was the first time that it's ever been expanded to persons who simply disagreed with a president that happened to be black.
There's nothing more interesting than seeing a bunch of racists become confused and angry at a speech they're not quite certain what he's saying. It sounds right to them, and then it doesn't make sense, which... Let's be very honest about what this is about. Mm-hmm. It's not about bashing Democrats. It's not about taxes. They have no idea what the Boston Tea Party was about. Right. They don't know their history at all. This is about hating a black man in the White House. This is racism straight up. That is nothing but a bunch of tea-bagging rednecks.
I would jump for joy if I could hear your voice. I would surely fly if I could see your face. When I reach the sun, I know I'll...
The limbic brain inside a right-winger or Republican or conservative or your average white power activist, the limbic brain is much larger in their head space than in a reasonable person, and it's pushing against the frontal lobe. So their synapses are misfiring.
Everything he has for me.
Maxine Waters and Congressman Charles Rangel supported Hillary Clinton instead of Barack Obama. No one called them racist. And when the black preachers voiced their opposition to Obama's policies on abortion and same-sex marriage, no one called the black preachers racist. But when the Tea Parties protested against Obama's spending practices and policies, former Democratic President Jimmy Carter went on national television networks and called these individuals racist. Now, no one is saying that racists do not attend these rallies, but what they are saying is that these individuals are not invited, nor are they accepted, nor are they welcome.
There will come a day when I will sing before you. There will come a time when I will dance just for you.
Is to disinform and to coarsen and dumb down a certain segment of the electorate. But what is really, I didn't know there were so many racists left. I didn't know that. Because as I said, the Republican hyphen, the conservative movement has now crystallized into the white power movement.
Is that not a bad long-term political strategy? Because even though your point is, terrifying that there are that many racists left,
right.
the flip side of it is there aren't that many racists left.
They're the minority. I mean, literally 10 people showed up to this thing.
If you do it in the right sense of honor and acceptance of this much grace and freedom in my life, and because I was in the Marine Corps, hoorah, that's why I get to carry this.
Well, there's a lot of responsibility to carry as an American adult, don't you think?
Hell yeah.
In all of their coverage, what they failed to report is that without the powerful backing and support of the Democratic Party, slavery and Jim Crow would have died in the wombs of those that conceived it. Let's set the record straight. It wasn't America that was racist. It was the powerful party of the Democrat Party.
It's old and it's tattered and it's worn and it's beat up and it's rusty and it's lost some of its shine, but it still works. It's beaten up, it's tattered, it's worn, dirty. It's not quite as bright and shiny as it used to be when it was new. But it still works.
This is about hating a black man in the White House. This is racism, confused and angry and highly, and again, this is about racism. It could be any issue, any port in a storm. These guys hate that a black guy is in the White House.
Okay, you can go home now.
Joy, shout with his joy on the earth. Shout with his joy, shout with his joy, shout with his joy on the earth. We sing glory to your name. Your love will never change. How awesome is your power.
That in 1857, it was the Democrats, the party of Jimmy Carter and Barack Obama, that supported the Dred Scott decision, a decision that classified blacks as property, but not as people. The chronicles of history also reveal that the Supreme Court justices that ruled in the Dred Scott cases were all pro-slavery judges appointed by Democratic administrations. Democrats supported the fugitive slave laws, black codes, and other repressive legislation that was designed to deny African Americans their rights. And while supporting these types of laws, the Democrats opposed the 13th Amendment to give blacks freedom, the 14th Amendment to grant blacks citizenship, and the 15th Amendment to grant blacks the right to vote. They opposed the 1866 Civil Rights Act, the 1867 Reconstruction Act, the 1870 Force Act, the 1871 Ku Klux Klan Act, and the 1964 Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act of 1965.